Previously in the garage.
Runners and gates and stuff. Didn't plug in the drill. Awesome.
Today we are going to cast this, finally, in bronze, as promised a millennium ago, I think, maybe longer. I've shown a lot of this ramming up, so I'm not going to focus on it too much. But basically, it's rammed up with the flasks together. I haven't done that before, but it's with the match plate between them. You may have noticed I did not put any parting compound powder stuff on the bottom here. That might be a problem. We'll find out. But other than that, it kind of goes as you've seen it a million times before. Finally, remember the powder for this side. Anyways, I'm not the only one doing these coins. This was part of a challenge between me, SW Dweeb, and Veg Oil Guy. I am just way behind the curve, like many months late. But better late than never, I guess? Maybe not. But I'm doing it anyway, because the coins are a really good challenge, not just to like challenge other people to do it, which is fun. And I guess if you guys want to try it, let me know and I'll add everyone else's links to the description of this video if everyone else wants to try making coins. That's kind of cool. I think it's a great challenge because the coins are very thin. Thin, detailed castings form some issues, which we will talk about later. Foreshadowing. Here you see I'm removing the tapered sprue former, and I'm using this pouring basin mold thing that SW Dweeb sent me. He modeled it on some program, I don't know, and then I 3D printed it. But what I'm doing is pushing it down into the sand. It's really hard because I packed this stuff pretty tight. So I had to like add a lot of weight to like push it down, and then I built up around it, kind of like the edge, you know, like a little. You know what an edge is, sand edge, so the metal doesn't pour everywhere. But the whole thing, the whole pouring basin model there has draft, so I can just form around it and pull that out. And we're pretty nifty if you ask me. Here I'm kind of putting in a vent, so like the metal's gonna pour in at the top there, along the top thing, flow through the coins and then out the other end of the coins. And the air that's being displaced needs somewhere to go. So since these are connected, I'm just going to add one vent and see if that's good enough. I've never done a match plate before, so I can't tell you, but we'll find out. So the stuff I added to the runners to make them a little deeper, to add more metal, those fell off. They were too wet when I did them, when I put them on, and then they dried and they shrank and they fell off the mold. So here, I didn't reattach them. I'm just using a hollow aluminum tube here to kind of cut a slot, to cut deeper into the sand. And the hollow tube works because as I cut through, the sand that I'm cutting out just kind of fills up the tube and then I can shake it off to the side. It works pretty well, actually. Here you can see perhaps a little issue that I'm having. You see how nice and bright the furnace looks compared to the area around it? Yeah, winter sucks. The sun is setting. So I'm trying to race the sunset here, because what I really don't want to do is have this thing blasting full speed and have my neighbors be able to clearly see that someone is playing with fire in the neighborhood. And they're nice people and all, but I'd rather not have them think I'm that much crazier, so I'm just trying to make it easier to keep relations better. This might have caused some other issues too. I suspect I didn't quite get the melt hot enough. Yeah, because, you know, usually it melts and then you let it heat up some more to get up to pouring temperature. I don't think I did that. I also didn't preheat the mold, which I should have done. You should always preheat, especially such thin things. But we'll find out how it works. Ooh, bright burner. See, look at how bright that is compared to the not bright surroundings. This is why I don't want to do this at night. Everyone can see me. And some idiot forgot to adjust the camera for a better view. Just in case it's kind of blurry because I'm zooming in, the sprue former works. Not sprue former. The pouring basin former dealy works. I didn't get any metal coming up the other end, the vent end, so I was kind of worried that the metal froze. So I poured down that end just to see what would happen, because, you know, at this point it's well, it's over. And you can't see me pouring ingots, but I poured a few. Just trust me on that one. And then quickly putting everything away before they see the fire and the smoke and the jet engine noise and ask me what's happening. Okay. Not confident here, people. Not looking forward to this. Okay. What do we got? I can't look. What do we got? Oh, well, not as bad as I thought. Whoa. Not so bad. Okay, not as bad as I thought. So I poured in here. I suspected the melt froze, and then I poured some down the out gate to see what would happen, and that froze too. I don't think, I probably didn't pour it hot enough, and I should have torched this quite a bit to preheat it. But it poured in here, ran in here, that looks good. Then it started filling in here and froze right at the thin spot. The coin is very thin. So that's the difficult part with these coins. They're very, very thin and long, and that's a very long distance for metal to travel. And it's getting the heat sucked out by the sand, so it'll freeze at the thin spot. But this is still kind of cool. Looks like I got one though. Where did my foundry masonry trowel go? Check this out. We're hiding the kids' Christmas presents in the van's shell because they're not going to look in here. Ha! And under a tarp. Okay, I don't know where it went, so knife time. Just going to use my carving knife because the blade's already screwed up as it is. The words didn't quite show up. Let's see. Oh, that makes it easier. Jeez, glad that didn't fall off before. Getting a lot of burned out Petrobond here. Gotta figure out how to reconstitute this stuff. You know, I shouldn't be that surprised this isn't a success. This is the first time I've tried using a match plate technique. I was also racing the sunlight, so I was kind of in a rush, and really you shouldn't be in a rush when you're doing anything. I mean, I don't have a deadline for this kind of stuff. I just really didn't want to be out there like in the dark, because if I'm in the dark, there are monsters. You know, I say don't rush, but I've rushed literally everything, regardless of importance or timeline. It's just a character flaw of mine. Take it out here. Ooh, we get to see how the other side looks. See the pouring basin worked nicely. Very clean surface finish there. And there's the symbol. Came out super nice. Flip side, the logo. Not as nice, that one. A lot of that's due to design. Me improperly designing something that's not so difficult to cast, or not so easy to cast. It's difficult to talk, jeez. But look, I poured, it filled the whole thing. It looks like pretty decent surface finish. Of course it froze after it came out, but you know, I'll clean that up a bit. I don't see any major holes in it. Got some flashing to get rid of. Cool, maybe next time I try this I'll make a bigger one of these, bigger match plate, use a bigger flask. That's a lot of work for one coin. Oh, and I just realized it's 90 degrees off center. Oops. Cool fact of bronze, no sparks. Neat, huh? No sparks when you cut it, or when you grind it. I cut it off with a wheel, and then I had to actually use the grinder to clean up the edges. What might not be super easy to see is that the sand, the top and bottom of the flask, shifted just a little bit. Not a lot, but the border on this coin is only about 1 millimeter thick, and the coin itself is maybe, I don't know, 7-8 millimeters thick. So when the whole thing shifts half a millimeter, a 1 millimeter thick edge, top and bottom, that's halfway shifted across each other, so I had to very carefully clean it off. And if you look at the coin on the edge, it looks like it's kind of slanted. Like, I don't know, like someone drunk made it. That's another issue with these coins and with match plates that makes this a decent challenge. It's big, it's thin, a lot of detail, so you have to get everything right, and if your sand shifts top and bottom ever so slightly, it throws everything off. So there's a lot of things that have to be just right for this coin to be just right, and one of these coins was not horrible. So that's my level of success here. Then to shine it up, I took a board and laid some 600 grit, some scrap 600 grit. Probably not the best way to do this, but I used that to shine up the upper surface, but left the kind of the background relief in the sand cast texture, and I think it turned out pretty cool. I mean, I think it did. You tell me. Now, there's plenty of other people who did these coin challenge videos. I think Old Foundry Man did one, and there are some other ones. And as I find them, I will link them in the description. But like I said, the original challenge, I think, was just me, SW Dweeb, and Veg Oil Guy. So check out their videos, see who made the better looking one, judge for yourself. Mine's in tin bronze, but not everyone did it at tin bronze. And if you want to give this a shot, make your own maker coins, let me see. Send me a link. Link to video, and I will put a link to that in the description of this video. And everyone watching in the future, watch through those if you want to see how everyone else did. And I hope you have a good day. Perhaps next time my microphone will work properly during the recording, and I won't have to be doing a voiceover later with the wrong microphone. I don't know why this is always a question. Maybe I should stop talking now?